Oh, that's good. Okay. Here we go around, of course, one minute time for the best anime ever. Of course, Mushoku Tensei, greatest anime of our lifetimes, of my lifetime, of your lifetime. Man, I am goddamn excited. Goddamn excited to, of course, watch Mushoku Tensei's OVA. Ska watch here. That link doesn't work. That's a better link. So, it's released, right? Oh my god, I didn't know what's coming back now. I don't know what's going on now. So I was just actually preparing, right, to watch Gender Bender anime, right? I've got a shirt that's gonna wear, of course. My beloved, you know, Zelda shirt, right? You know, I love this one because, you know, Link can still be a princess, right? Even if he's not Zelda, right? But anyway, so I was gonna watch Fantasy Knockout, and then BAM! I see it, right? I see it! Like from a divine intervention from God. God's like, no! Eris is out. Eris-chan, it has their own OVA, right? Episode, of course, episode 34 or OVA, whatever, right? I'm just gonna title the video OVA reactions, alright. So I'm excited. With me here, of course, Mushoku Tensei, by far the best anime last year. There were, of course, some other good animes too, like Old Taxi was decent, so on, right? There was all the good animes too, right? And, but after this, then we go to Twitch and watch, of course, Gender Bender, Fantasy, and, of course, Kenya. So we usually do on Tuesdays. Whew. But anyway, without further ado, let's watch some Eris killing people. Yeah, I think it's no Rudy this episode, so all the girls can be happy now, you know, all the female haters of Rudy can be happy now. So, timer up, 3, 2, 1, and go. Best anime ever is back, and of course in 2 was announced and the delay. Yes, oh, I'm like, I feel like a kid in a candy store, baby. Here we go. If he's back, he's back. Eris is bored, maybe. It's like super back, something. If I put on the wrong anime or something. Yeah, I'm like, what is this? It's like a kind of older, I don't know. No, this is probably another character we're gonna find over here. You know, I'm an anime owner. I haven't, you know, I've seen it. I'm preparing, you know, I don't know. So wait for the anime. I don't know. I'm excited. This is probably another character. I feel that she's gonna meet or something, like a tiny Rudy, something like that, right? It's gonna be, has to be a character that Rudy she can. Yeah, it's like a prince or something. Something like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. No, they can adopt him and dress him up, right? He's the prince now, I guess, something like that. Yeah, I know they're gonna train him and so on. Yeah, I get it. He's the wealthy prince now, yeah. He got some. Maybe they adopted him because he has magic or something. Maybe he was like. He's like, yeah, it's getting all smug here. Oh, that's right. I'm the strongest. Yeah, maybe they adopted him because he had like magic gift or something. Perhaps. Oof, a new opening. Oh shit! I almost pushed down my flask. Yeah, I almost flipped it over. Oh, look how happy she is. She got her own episode, baby. She got her own goddamn episode. There we go. Eris-chan! Oh yeah. She smelled some good food and so on. This no Rudy to ruin her day. Come on, she's all happy and adorable. Here we go. She's all kawaii. I like how she, you know, mixes this kawaii-ness of Eris, and so it's gonna probably keep some ass, right? So, yeah, the sun is hitting my window. Ah, whatever. Keep it at this. This is too dark. So maybe I should. I could like pull up the blinders, I guess. God damn it. Or you wanna see me in this like window thing? I mean, I feel at the time where the opening is, but the openings are good and tasty because the openings are always unique, right? I don't want to miss the opening either because the openings are always unique. This is the beauty of this anime, right? They have a new opening every episode, right? So look at this. It's like adorable Eris. It's like, oh my god, it's full. I can keep it with this one. Oh, it's awesome. People are gonna die. yeah, it's all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill so much people with this one. He's so happy to be a murderer. It's awesome. No. Okay, and some goblin guys throwing out something. Damn it, the sound does bother me. God damn it, the sound does bother me. I could like reach it maybe from this place. This was so perfect before I started watching it. Goddamn sun, baby. God, I hate the sun. What can't you just die for, right? If you just turned off the sun. Oh, it was perfect. No sun anymore? Oh, it'd be so awesome. Anyway, it's not blinding me anymore, at least. Until I turn to the left. Here we go. Now it's like some guy here. Yeah, some angry guy. Some goblins. I know there's a goblin team, right? It's called like, we call it, comedically we call it, Goblin Slayer Eris, right? Of course, Goblin Slayer. Amazing friendly anime. He calls them demons though. They're clearly goblins. He's like demons, but they're clearly goblins, right? And here we're going to arrest them. Well, that guy was more like a demon, I suppose, or non-human, yeah. Okay. How is the road Eris? Oh, she's got interested. I'm very curious girl as always. A cathedral, I guess? See, she's so everything is amazing for Eris. Everything is so amazing. Oh my god, it's so big! Oh my god, this fort is so awesome! God damn it, the sun! Oh Christ! I can still see the TV, okay? Like, I have a huge TV, okay? So I'm not missing it. People are always like, yeah, goblin slaying job! Okay, goddammit. She's gonna be like, goblin slaying job? This is all goblin slaying now. She's all like, I'm a goblin slayer. Gonna exterminate some goblins, badass. Yeah, goddammit. She's all like, I wanna kill some goblins. You know, they are in female and so on. Yeah, she's more goblin slayer. Ah, Wakata! Yeah, I'm gonna murder some goblins. Like how happy she is. She's like, yeah, goblin slaying? Oh, yeah. And this is probably the prince we saw earlier, right? Or whatever he is. Some kind of duke boy or whatever. Yeah. Some rich boy. He's clearly like a Rudy 2, right? The 2.0. It's like a rich boy with magic. He's clearly similar to Rudy. I bet you Eris like his ass. Eris is gonna piss off his ass. You know he's like Rudy again. This guy is like goddamn Rudy. Oh my god. Yeah. But he's clearly a strong boy, right? So, god damn it, this is just ruining me. I can't freaking see. Is that better? Oh, I moved the painting. God damn it. Holy shit, it's better now. Yeah, that fixed it. They fixed it. There we go. That fixed it. Oh, good. Sorry. I couldn't see, but I fixed this. I fixed the window. I could reach it just. Oh my god. Worst thing ever. That actually fixed it pretty good. There we go. Hair flipping. What does she use? What does she use? I can see it, you know. She's all like, oh my god. She's channeling her inner Noel. Oh, here we go. She kicks his ass. Here we go. She's gonna piss her off. Yeah, I can call her ugly. There we go. Pig. Butta. There we go. Yeah. It's Eris feel love. He's not dead, man. Kick his ass, Eris. Oh, beautiful. We know. Has to be the top. I'm gonna have to top it later. She punches him. Don't you call me ugly! I'm not so big. Look at my face. I'm beautiful. That's Eris for your love. Come on. That's slow motion. Oh, subscribe to my channel, man. I thought about the OVA was announced a few weeks ago when season 2 was announced, right? Last week. I don't know if it's like a spoiler, really, though. I don't know. This isn't it taking place. This I feel takes place like, between the ending, right? I mean, again, I'm Miami only, but I feel the story here is like, her hair is longer, right? So this is like before she and Rudy has, fun time, right? So it has to be like episode 13, 14, something? I don't know, something like that, right? Yes, who was Kenshin? Interesting, because he's calling, he in Japanese, he didn't call her like sword lady. He just called it like, a swords master, right? But in English, they were like swords woman, yeah. Because he called it like Kenshin, he called it like Ronin Kenshin, is like, you're a sword fighter, right? You're a sword woman, yeah. Like, it wasn't really gender in Japanese, I would say. But anyway. Yeah, but this guy is like, he's like an extra douche Rudy. Yeah, season 2 I think is coming next year probably. Or maybe, my god, this guy is like douchier Rudy. He's like Rudy, the trash version of Rudy. I'm actually quite a good mage. I'm like rank. If I can see, I'm just gonna hate him so much. Oh my god, he's like everything bad of Rudy, a douchebag, entitled little brat kid. I love it. She's gonna raise him. She's gonna be like, I will teach you how to be a grown up, right? Here we go, goblin slaying. Now we have the Goblin Slayer Eris. There we go. Now she's a Goblin Slayer. Yeah. Here we go. Goblin Slayer Eris. Exactly. And he stands there and does... I don't know. She clearly doesn't need him. She's like, feels stories for him, you know? She clearly sees Rudy in him, right? He's like, you know, extra bad Rudy. She's like, I gotta help him, right? I gotta help him. Yeah, he's a mage. Just a fireball. Probably his air or something. I mean, he's not useless, I guess. But can he aim, though? Now, see? He's gonna hit arrows. I call it. He's gonna hit arrows. I call it. I knew it. He's gonna hit best girl. Freaking knew it. Okay, they didn't die anyway. But I call it right. He's gonna hit the girl. He's gonna be like, oh, I can help out. I got this, girl. I got this. Yeah. I got this. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. He was gonna hit. Oh, he avoided it, but you know, at her location, right? At her location. Knew it. Yeah, now he's all like, see that? I'm so good. I love it. He really is like a trashier version than Rudy, all the way through. Yeah, look at that. I'm clearly the best mage ever. He's like, yeah, the extra entitled, extra stupid Rudy. Oh my god. He's like the worst person ever for Eris. She thought she was gonna have her single episode. She thought she was gonna have her own adventure without Rudy. She said it picks up Rudy, you know, the worst part of Rudy. Oh god, this is beautiful. See these guys being like absolutely low beat Rudy. I love it. Oh my god, this guy's a douche. Oh my god. Shut up! A few goblin cat. You're a problem with a few goblins. So he smacks him again. Shut up! No, I love it. Yeah, but shut up. Oh my god. Oh, this guy doesn't get it, man. I'm crying laughing for this. Oh, I love it. He's just like, Eris, you need my help. Bam! Shut up, boy. Shut the fuck up. Oh, he really doesn't get her power level. He really doesn't understand her power level. Oh. God, he's so annoying. Oh, are you afraid? Oh, God, he's so annoying. He really is like a douchier Rudy, right? He takes all the worst part of Rudy, except I guess the sexual stuff, I guess, but you know. He takes like the worst part of Rudy. He's like Rudy, but he's worse in every way, except that he has to try to take a pants. I guess, you know, minus the panties, I guess. Minus like the trying to get someone's panties or something. Or some boob action or whatever, or steel buns. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing. Of course she is. This guy is looking at the bag. No, I'm not. She's like, begin to be. Immediately, she's like, yeah. Did you keep track of the other direction? No, of course I didn't. But yeah, of course you did it. It's like, did she have any trust in this guy? Of course she did. Of course she can't trust him to, you know if they're stalked right or. Okay, so now they're lost in the Goblin Slayer forest. I love it. She's like, just fly up and look at it. But I can fly. I'll actually expect it to be Rudy, you know. Rudy can fly! Where's my Rudy? This we go, yeah. My Rudy can fly. Yeah, my sensei, he can fly, so why can't you fly? I love it. She's like, I expect it to be able to fly, right? Yeah, puts the Rudy respect on him. Yeah, it's like, what, you can't fly? Call yourself a magician? Oh, it's beautiful. But they're clearly being like stalked surrounding the forest. I mean, she got some things behind us, right? I bet you it's gonna be. He's a kind of prince, okay? So I'm gonna kill some assassins. Did you kill him, right? Something that's stronger than a goblin, because she's clearly gonna fight something else, right? And I'm gonna throw out, yeah, there's like some assassins have killed the prince or whatever. Yeah, she can sense their. Yeah, she can sense them and so on. I think it's something about him, right? Because why else would he be like some kind of prince in the first minute there? There is something about he's a royal character. He's okay. What does she also kid? That's the best part. Okay, here we go. Looks like a knight, and yeah, female knight, I guess. probably. Some boobs there. And also probably a knight. Or maybe not a knight, maybe like a squire. That person could be maybe like a lower ranked. There we go. With some princess or something. Interesting. Maybe this goes back to the main story. Because she has a kind of weird, you know, like, I don't know, diamond pink eyes or something. This might be connected to the Rudues or whatever, right? The Pope? What? Well, this is probably part of the main story later, I guess. Like, what, the Pope? Like, Christianity? Has to be much religious, right, in the main story, but yeah, okay. Yeah, like the Pope or something? She throws out some weird... Okay. Do you know we're here? Yeah, Eris a good presence. I'm sure Eris gonna kick her ass, right? Goblet for too easy for her. She need to kick someone's ass, you know. She's the ultimate badass. She needs to... Oh, here we go. Oh, look at this animation here. Huh? This is some top quote animation always. Oh, man. I'm in goosebumps. Man, it's brutal. You know, OVAs are always more brutal. Yeah, as I kept saying, right? As I was hoping for, OVAs can always be more bloody because they're less censorship in OVAs. Man, she's cut him in half! Yeah, this is like crazy brutal. And of course, well animated, but... of course, they have some assassin poisons or whatever. Oh, look at that. Eris easily is the fly over him. Oh, man. Oh, this is... I'm getting like maximum goosebumps, man. It's not Demon Slayer level, but it's shorter, but man, it's beautiful as always. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. But I love how she's cut him in half too. So, again, more bloody, as I hoped for. More bloody. And, well, I guess the little girl is, of course, the goal there. Little cute girl there. It's a kind of blonde knight, right? Blocking her. And Eris cut him in the back there. Man, you know, Eris, slaying humans, slaying goblins. Expected, right? Eris has a massacre, as always. Yeah, not a dead guy. And now this kid is like, whoa! She's like massacred like 5-6 people or something. Yeah, he's just like, he's falling in love with her now, look at him. Yeah, of course he's like, oh, she's the hottest woman ever. Of course. He's seduced by the badassery, of course. Now he's in love with her. So he's like, whoa, what a badass. Who wouldn't? Of course, of course. I guess this woman is gonna be, again, right? I could see her returning in season 2. I was gonna fake name it. Dead End. There we go. I'm Rudues! There we go. I am a super... There we go. Take Super Onisha's name. That's right. I am that guy with the spear. And she just laughs at it. She's just like, sure. That's right. I'm not a young little girl. I'm actually this old spear guy from, you know... You saw me using a spear, right? Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. Terrible liar. Yeah, she of course didn't believe it for a second. But I hope they have some connections, right, later on in the storyline. It feels like this little princess should return maybe season 2. And also the knight, right? Eris saved him here. Wait, what did he put on the... Yeah, exactly. What do you put that on for your face? No, see, he's some kind of prince, right? Okay? He's some kind of prince. So the reason he put on the helmet, right, is probably because the knight knows him, right? Or the princess, right? He put on the helmet because... Oh yeah, Master Cliff, right? So maybe he's like an assassin. Is he part of the assassin team? Or the Pope or something? But he's something like that, right? Oh, here comes the Rudyard, of course. He's like, you tried to kill a girl, little girl. She's just a little girl. I am the real Rudyard. Yeah, he's always like, you tried to hurt a little girl? Come on. Yeah, I'm with children. Like, you can't try to assassinate a little girl, right? But okay, so of course, yeah. He knows, maybe he's the next Pope or something, the kid? He's supposed to be like the... Yeah, he probably is supposed to be the next Pope, right? And of course that's why he took on the helmet, because he's like part of their religion or something. It would make sense, right? They took him to... Kind of like a Dalai Lama or something, right? They take him to like, oh, this guy got a gift, right? We're gonna train him to be the next Pope or something. That would make sense. Yeah. He's obviously in love with her or something. Yeah, please marry me! He's like, I'm marrying Rudy. Yeah, we are weakling. What is this? He just drops it here. Yeah. He hasn't really impressed her, I feel. I'm a genius, bitch. Well, this is before she, of course, sleeps with Rudy. This is before she smashed Rudy, of course, but... He can do everything! Yeah, but he really is like a weaker Rudy, right? You can't fly? Useless, yeah, I'm gonna marry you. But yeah, I mean, he's way better. Yeah, he's a science. Yeah, what are you, man? Yeah, he does a lot of good stuff, that guy. But it's good, man. She's of course falling in love with Rudy. She's the Rudy hype man now. She stands there and says how much she loves Rudy. But she's all happy. Yeah, he's gonna realize he has no chance because she's so happy and happy that she is in love with Rudy, right? And I see, look at that, yeah. And I know people are gonna say, "Oh my God, Rudy seduced her," and we all know that she was the one that seduced Rudy, right? Jesus Christ, in this episode. Exactly. So yet another reasoning why the sex scene in the the sexified episode wasn't bad in a sense, because Eris is the one that wanted it. She was the one that forced Rudy to do it, right? But no. What could people gonna say that Rudy is some evil pervert, whatever? You know what I mean? But yeah. Eris is clearly in love with him, and again, she's the one that pushed him down, right? Whatever. We were talking about it for length last year, right? But, yeah. This is, of course, before the intercourse. What are you doing here? No, I was just around. He's so cute, Rudy. He's clearly following her around the whole day, right? They like protecting her in the background. Yeah. It was a bunch of slobs. He's like, yeah. I didn't see that. But of course, he's been, watching over her the whole day, right? Of course he has. Or the whole week or whatever, yeah. Okay. Not like recapping the fight for some reason. It's a bloody head cut, or, I don't know, middle body part sliced in two there. Beautiful. Beautiful anime. What's happening? Maybe it's the assassin guy. No, it's okay, it's a kid. But I would think that he's like trained to be the next Pope, right? Like he's probably back at some, Master Cliff, right? He's probably trained to be. Yeah, they got killed, right? I guess. Yeah. His tutors were, assassins were, of course. Yeah. The assassins were his teachers, right? Of course. That Eris is massacred. There's some kind of religious conflict, right? And of course, Eris has killed a few bishops now, whatever, or whatever they were, priests or. It's interesting, assassin priests or something. Yeah, they're like assassin priests, I guess. Yeah, it's like a specific role there. We are priests and also assassins. Could this be even his talk to the father? Is that? Yeah. This is okay. So now when the episode takes place, this is of course after he talked to his Papa Paul, right? Yeah. This is of course when he has the dad scene, the best episode. So this is like episode like 15, 16, 17 is the Paul scene, right? So I guess this took place in episode like 16, her adventure. I think so. Yeah, but that's good. That was a nice touch to the last minute. Just we know where it takes place in the anime, right? Eris, the Goblin Slayer. Yeah, but that's nice. No kind of know your nice the bit there in the end. Whew! That was exciting, man. There's a little more of Mushoku Tensei. I can't, of course, wait. Force 2, of course I can. I mean, this is by far the best anime last year, and it's good to subscribe as well. Especially like by the way. Of course, we're gonna watch Mushoku Tensei next year, I believe. They didn't announce the date, right? They didn't announce a date, but of course, when they also showed this OVA, and I watched the whole stream when they're talking about from the voice actor, describing the job and so on, right? They of course they announced it too, but they didn't say what date, which makes me think next year probably, maybe like fall season this year, but I think that's maybe too early. And I thought about it in the other video, but yeah, I would guess probably like next winter season. So winter season is current, right? So winter is January and forward. People who think that winter is some other time, but no, winter is the first season every year, right? So I would imagine like winter season 2023 It's probably I would guess, right? But if you're lucky, we get it in like fall then, which is season before, and the last season this year. But I think winter probably the earliest, and then if you bad luck, it's like spring next year. But anyway, and also one day I'm gonna sit down and read it. I feel, yeah, I have to say I say this thing. We're gonna of course read the episode, but I'll say one thing before that. I really struggle with this thing. I really want to read it, but at the same time, it is this extra flavor, right, of being an anime only. You're actually like, whoa, she killed this guy, what is this guy? Yeah. So it's a little bit too, like, I mean, if I read it, of course I'm gonna watch anime, obviously. But I was a little bit like, I wanna read it on the same time, and now they did announce them too, as we hoped for. So I'm really struggling, honestly, if I should say, like, screw it, I'm gonna read everything, right? Or if I should wait till next season 2, yeah. I'm honestly really struggling. And it feels like some other mangas or whatever, right? You're really into it. You're like, man, I really want to go and just get those volumes and read the manga right after the anime ended here. And sometimes you do that. Sometimes they have an season coming. For example, My Academia, I haven't actually read for a few years, right? I read it at the beginning, and now I watch the anime because I know that they're gonna keep doing it. You know, I know they're gonna keep producing My Academia every year. So it's no question in my mind that if I just wait half a year, right, because like 2 seasons per year, I'm gonna get more episodes, right? So I don't feel a need to go and read immediately because I know that it's gonna come, you know, new episodes in like half a year or so, right? So, for example, because it's popular, right? But yeah, I really struggle with that. What do you guys think? I really struggle with it, honestly. Anyway, that was a really good episode, of course. Eris the Goblin Slayer. She mostly slayed humans, though, I felt. Anyway, let's review it. That was awesome to have an episode. So first of all, let's talk about where it takes place, right? And also as I mentioned earlier, of course, after this we're watching some gender bender stuff, of course, after this on Twitch though. The reason why is because that anime you can't watch on YouTube, right? So I like this gender bender anime called Fantasy Nokora, also Isekai, which is really funny, but you can't review react anime on YouTube. That's like suicide for your channel, because that is everyone has getting like, you know, removed and so on. So I'm doing Twitch, right? But anyway, let's review the episode. Oh yeah, that image still there. That was perfect since yesterday. Yeah, no, come on, that was perfect. That's by accident. That was by accident. That was by accident. Genuinely. Yeah, I forgot there was a stream yesterday. Anyway, yeah, Ghislaine, she's a freaking hot character. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Let's review the episode. You saw her perfect muscles, yeah. So first of all, the episode sucked, right? There was no Ghislaine in it, right? That's the first thing I can say, yeah. Where's my OVA of, you know, abs, right? Where's this OVA? No, but seriously, great episode. And first I just want to say that, of course, I like this scene here. I think this is a good part of writing, right? Because it introduces to you, especially for me and Amy only, I'm not exactly sure, you know, when this takes place, right? Until this scene was, I mean. So this is good. We have this scene, this is of course when he fought with his father. So now I know exactly kind of where, you know, this Goblin Slaying took place, right? So that's really good, man. Yeah. But it's a great, you know, Eris badass right? But yeah, so that's first of all, I like that. And maybe it could have been in the first scene, I don't know. But it's great. So we know this takes place. It takes place, I guess, like between 16, 17, 15, around that, right? Or it's a little bit like that, 16. But anyway, so that's the first of all that. And that's great. So we can know where we are, right? And then I guess I talk about Master Cliff, right? So, where, you know, Master Cliff, where is he? Oh. Tiny Rudy. He's like more annoying Rudy. He's like Rudy if Rudy was extra annoying. He clearly fell in love with her too, for that matter. I mean, certainly. But yeah, I love he's basically just like a worse Rudy in every here's the perfect scene. He's like a worse Rudy in every regard. You can watch it on like Funimation or but yeah, I love this guy is like Master Cliffy, right? The new boy. He falls in love with Eris, because Eris is a badass, of course. And he certainly felt like a knockoff, I mean, Rudy, right? But he's worse in every manner. He's worse in magic, he's dumber and all this stuff, right? And certainly Eris, I think the comedy was really fun, right? Because Eris is like, oh yeah, finally, I'm like having my own adventure without Rudy, I'm just gonna have my own day and it's gonna be fun and so on, right? All of that stuff. And then she meets this guy, little Master Cliff, and he's like, I'm like a priest or something, you should love me. I'm a pretty good magician after all. So he basically is like a worse Rudy in every manner, right? Again, except maybe he isn't as a perv, I suppose. But in every other regard, he's just worse than Rudy, right? And Eris is a kid beating the crap out of him. I'm almost coming with a thumbnail when she smacks him in the face. I was crying laughing from her, smacking him in the face. Especially the second time. First time was great too. The first time when he's just like calls her ugly and we know she's gonna kick his ass, right? But the second time when he was like, I guess that scene. The second time when he was basically, how say it? He was like bad mouthing her skills, right? Well, you kinda need me to fight these goblins. You barely won by yourself, right? And obviously Eris owned them, right? Here it is. This is the thumbnail. Come on! It's so beautiful! I just love it. How he's like, you could barely beat those guys without me, right? He just smacks him immediately. He's like, shut up! Oh god, this scene was comedy gold, man. Again, because the first scene, that was typical, aggressive Sundra Eris, right? But it's the second scene here. I think honestly it's really good writing. It's a comedy, right? But it's a good writing in how Mushoku Tensei is a serious anime, right? People get killed and some whatever scene and R scene and whatever, some sex stuff and so on. Mushoku Tensei is a very, it has all these sex jokes and whatever, right? But it's also a very serious anime with characters actually get killed and so on, which was one of the strengths of the anime, right? And clearly, this is the point here, is that clearly she let Cliff, right, go with her because she sees Rudy in him, but of course he's like a really bad Rudy, but she sees Rudy in him, right? And she feels like, maybe I can give him some, life advice. I'm gonna give him some, extra advice how to survive, goblins or whatever, right? She clearly picks her with to be, okay, fine, I will, teach you some survival skills, right, as a hero, right? And he's just like, you could barely beat us. And she's like, shut up, weakling, So I think it's a great point, right? Because it shows you how Eris, this is her Sundra way, right, of teaching him this is real life, Shut up, stop being this pompous idiot, right? That is delusional about your own skills or whatever. This is her way of saying that I'm 10 times stronger than you. You can beat the goblins. I can do it easily. Don't come here with your bullshit about, I'm charging my attack, or well, the bush was in the way, or whatever bush, He's like, shut up with the bullshit. This is reality. Stop that. Get off. Whatever. You high horse one. So it's about a funny scene, but I also feel it's a good, Eris lesson moment, right? This is like she's teaching him how to, survive or whatever. He's out in the wild, right? But also, I just love it because it's just an Eris thing too. She just smacks him. She's like, without one, he's like, shut up. It's like immediately, it's like, goddamn, I hate you. So it was a really beautiful scene, I think. Probably the best scene. No, but convinced that. But again, I really think it kind of emphasizes, the seriousness, right, of this anime. Because we know that character can die. We know the plot armor and so on isn't really as relevant, right? One of the good parts of this anime is that certainly they have plot armor, right? But you still feel like some of the characters can die. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's gonna die, but I wouldn't be surprised, if like maybe mom is lost, right? I think she's gonna say mom, right? But again, I wouldn't be overly surprised if something bad happened to mom. Maybe she's alive, but maybe she got, ordered some blood. Who knows, right? This anime is kind of dark, right, in that sense. And for that matter, I say it briefly, but yesterday I did this Annie Award roast, right? Which was mostly just me joking about how Annie Award is bought by Disney and so on. And it has no value, right? Because Disney and Riot Games pays for everything, so it has no real value. But I just find it funny that, I compared, of course, Tenchi, right, with Arcane. Arcane won every category, and they had no animes in any categories or whatever, right? But I said here, I find it so funny that basically everyone like defending that decision in the comment section, check out my video yesterday, everyone defending it are basically like, well, every anime is just like two guys screaming and fighting, And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I see. So you've seen like Dragon Ball and maybe like Naruto, you know what I mean? Not to be that guy, but so far, every person I read in the comment section saying why this anime is worse than Arcane, right, has obviously not seen this anime. I'm not saying that Arcane is bad. I'm not saying that Mushoku Tensei is the greatest thing ever. Yes, I am. But I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that the argument I see, right, I think it's so funny because people that usually, the two different people, right? people that either hate this anime have never seen it, right? They've never seen it, right? They always some kind of incel, perv main character. They just hate it without seeing it, right? And the second people haven't, they have their whatever controversial issues, right? But anyway, the first group I think is very common, right? They never seen the anime, they only heard about it, it's controversial, and they have seen animes like, Naruto or One Piece, right? I think that every anime is like those. And I mean, as people, oh yeah, sure, like Non Byaru and Mushoku Tensei, clearly the same genre. but anyway, I digress. I think it's funny that people that aren't really into anime, right? And why they want to defend Arcade is the best animation ever, right? Again, I don't even dislike Arcade, but I'm saying that I just find it funny that I found that they don't seem to think that anime has a medium, right? Anime, of course, has many different genres, but they're like, for them, it's only one genre, shonen. But anyway, I just think it's hilarious. I kind of want to do this thing, right? Anyway, I digress. Let's go on. So Eris, but I just think it's a good moment, right? And I won't talk too much here, but I think it's a good moment. My point, of course, is that this sort of kind of scenes that actually matter a lot, right? They actually matter a lot. This kind of growth and characterization and so on, right? And the depth of Eris' action and so on, which of course they think everyone's screaming. But anyway, I could talk about it. I'm a big fan of this writing, right? So we have to talk too much, but you get my point. I've reviewed this anime like 50 times by now. I've done a lot of reviews by now with this anime. Anyway, so this girl is clearly important for the religious war that they're having, right? So kind of legal war, perhaps. And I don't know, honestly, right? I don't feel the anime is the one really address this thing, that there is some kind of like religious conflict. But it certainly seems to be two different religious sides, right? To have the Pope and some bishop or whatever, and they're fighting, right? Which is very typical for European history. And of course, it's anime, as most of the isekai is also kind of medieval Europe. And yeah, I mean, if you ever read about the League War, which is this war that took place, 17th century, it's like 1606 to 1636, something like that. Or no, it's like 1616 to 1646, something like that. Okay, beginning of 17th century. Anyway, that war is called the 30-year war, or the League War. So yeah, of course, Europe has a lot of this stuff. So the League War then is this classic war between the Protestant Church and the Catholic Church, right? And it has four main conflicts, and it most take place in the Holy Roman Empire, right? So Holy Roman Empire is basically Austria and part of the German city-states, and also other parts like Böhmen and so on, which is Czechia today, but like Böhmen and so on. So anyway, of course, Europe has a lot of these like back and forth war, right? In those wars, particularly, right, they're fighting who's gonna be the right Christian, right, and so on. And of course, Europe kind of splits to this day, right? So it's something I see it's something like that, right? There's some demons involved, who is pro or against that, right? And trying to kind of argue something like that. So it certainly feels inspired by a typical League War or something similar, right? That being said, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they really addressed anything of that in the normal season, right? So I would just guess here, right, that these two characters are of course going to be important to some extent. I'm not saying they're going to be the main importance, right? I don't think so. But they might be important, or I would hope at least, right, in of course season 2, that they would like be some kind of like, yeah, it could be like an arc, right? Yeah, that would be my guess. This is not going to be the main storyline, I don't think so, later on. But I can see this being like a 5-6 episode arc, right, where Rudy also someone gets involved into this maybe religious conflict or something, right? Some kind of League War conflict in this, of course, fantasy isekai, right? And these two characters certainly will reappear. And of course the Cliff guy that is like, Rudy, I wanna sleep with Eris, I want that hot red chick. He's probably gonna be in conflict with Rudy. It certainly would make sense if Cliff, as this kind of pretty strong magician, right? Pretty high level magician, would try to defeat Rudy for whatever reason, and it feels like Eris is on their side already, right? So Rudy also probably gonna be on that side, I mean, in the religious war, right? So Cliff and Rudy probably is gonna have a fight later on, right, in the next season. That would be my guess. And then obviously Rudy is gonna win because Rudy's already way stronger. But yeah, that makes sense to me, right? That I guess it could be later on, season 3 or something, I suppose. Again, I'm an anime only, right? But certainly I would expect Rudy and Cliff to fight eventually. And of course Rudy's gonna kick his ass, He's gonna do it mostly because he wants to sleep with Eris, right? Not actually caring about the Rudues war, but he wants to sleep with Eris. That's probably why Cliff can fight Rudy. But anyway, it's the right. Maybe next season then. What more happened? Well, one thing we have to address, of course, which is badass. I'm not gonna show the full scene because it's kind of brutal. But I think this is kind of fine for YouTube. So yeah, it's a lot of tomato use, right? Man, she really killed this guy. The fight, of course, was very well animated. It was beautiful. It was kind of short, though, right? It was like a minute, but it was very, very well animated. One of the best animation this year. Demon Slayer, of course, still better. Not because I'm a Demon Slayer fan, but seriously, Demon Slayer. You know what I'm talking about? The Usei fight. Yeah, that fight was just like, but my eyes are blind, you know. But I don't know. This fight. The Bodji Bossu fight probably last week was really good and so on. This is probably like honestly probably number 3 this year, I would say, right? Demon Slayer, Bodji, and then this fight probably. But one thing here, this is exactly as I said in my previous talking about the OVA, right, and so on, is that this is what I was hoping for, right? It was gonna be more tomato use. It was gonna be a little bloody, right? Because if there's one thing actually, and it's what I said again here, if you don't really know what an OVA is and so on, right, is that they can always be more brutal in OVAs, right? I expect it to be more sexy too, for that matter. Maybe like a shower scene, who knows? Like Person E first scene, it's like, here's Eris showering, I don't know. But the thing is that, I said again, right, just to explain it, because I'm an old man, right? So I kind of grew up with OVAs, right? So as a kid, we only had OVAs, okay? I grew up in Sweden, right? We didn't have anime on TV, so we had VHS tapes. And VHS tapes were all OVAs. So when I was a kid, the first animes I saw, except Star Singer, the other the animes I saw then, they were way more brutal, right, than the TV animes, because they were all them VHS tapes, so they had way more sex scenes, right? There was RC, there was way more blood and so on. They were way more brutal than, you know, the most animes at the time even. And also I would arguably say that animes back in the days also were more brutal, just generally speaking. But especially those VHS tapes, because yeah, you know, they were like, you know, mature content, you know, seinen anime and so on. Visible. But anyway, the reason why then is because if you make an OVA, like this episode here, they don't follow the same guidelines. So the thing is that if you make an anime episode, it has to air, but it will air on TV, right, usually. And then it's, you know, some Japanese laws for that. Okay, it's gonna air on like Nippon NOK TV. These are the laws, right? Have to follow the laws. But if you make an OVA, you release it to the public, right? You buy the OVA, or maybe even only a streaming site, okay? The rules are different, right? So some animes that are only on streaming sites, for example, also have more of a lenience, right? Because they tend to follow like Japanese regulation on TV. So this episode here can of course have a guy who's right, because yeah, it is less regulation than if it was airing normally on TV. So that, for example, is, I think, even more so common, right? If you watch OVAs like Danmanshi or whatever, those animes are basically almost hentais, right? When they make in their OVAs. They're not hentais, you know what I mean? But they're very, very ecchi, right? Because the thing is then that they can actually show you the oppai and so on in OVAs. So yeah, of course, many of these, you know, harem shows, right? For example, then again, Danmanshi with Belkun, right? Then suddenly every OVA is like, oh, it's an onsen episode and everyone runs around naked, you know what I mean? Have you seen Danmanshi OVAs? I mean, I like Danmanshi, but the OVAs are basically always like, oh, let's go to the beach, right? And then it's like a mushroom and everyone gets like, I don't know, horny by the mushroom gas. And they're like, oh, the sports make me want to sleep with Belkun or something, right? And then episode 3 is like the Ganesha or someone builds a big onsen and everyone runs around naked and trying to capture Bell or something. I mean, those OVAs, I think they're hilarious, right? But they're so incredibly edgy. And again, of course, the reason why is because, yeah, you can also be way, way more sexual, right, in an OVA than you can be on TV, right? So I am not disappointed, but I am honestly surprised that they didn't give us a little more, I don't know, naked Eris or something. That wouldn't have surprised me if Eris was going to be naked for one scene, because it's an OVA. Ghislaine! Why couldn't I get some, you know, when's my Ghislaine OVA coming, right? When is the Ghislaine OVA coming? Because that I expect to be very etchy. I want to have that side bit of Ghislaine, you know. It's certainly going to be super etchy. Come on, someone needs to give me that. Someone needs to make a Ghislaine OVA. This is going to be so pervy. Come on. Anyway, lastly, let's talk about the classic controversial, right? The controversial scene. So, Rudy and Eris sitting in a tree, right? So, yeah, again, Links below, right? I already made a video about that several times, right? How the actual scene between, of course, spoilers here, but I assume you've seen the actual season, right? Between Rudy and Eris, you know, when they, how, of course, I cannot see how Rudy does anything really wrong, right? I mean, we know the whole isekai shit, right? But generally speaking, you know, she's an older woman, right? In the context of the bodies, and she's the one like, you're gonna F me before I leave, you know what I mean? She pushes him down, puts him in the bed, right? If you could argue that he's the one being abused, right, by Eris. That's probably the most logical, actually, point, right? But anyway, let's play that again here, right? This is a great scene because it shows you that Eris is in love with Rudy, right? She's in love with this guy that's younger than her, and it's in her context, right? And, you know, she's the one later on that's gonna seduce him, right? And that's why, again, the controversial is so silly, right? It's so silly because, again, she wants to sleep with Rudy, okay? But unfortunately, right, for example, yesterday with Annie I watched any anime, right, with like an intercourse scene, you know, oh, it's evil, you know, yeah. Immediately people are gonna like, you know, crash or so, immediately gonna like throw it away, you know. Oh my god, no, there was an SG scene, you know, it's like that, right? It doesn't matter the context really, right? It doesn't matter, and for some reason it's always the man's fault, right? Let's be honest, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's red Sundre, and I say it again here, right? As I said last year, Eris, as an episode, is an incredibly aggressive woman, right? You know, as we saw here, she's like straight up, you know, she's an incredibly aggressive female character. So to claim that she couldn't have any agency, right, to want to have sex with Rudy makes no sense, right? Because she's incredibly aggressive. She's aggressive, but physically, right? Yeah. So of course she's also very, like, you know, sexually aggressive, right? You know, like that's her character, part of her character, right? And she's the one that, you know, pushes him down in the bedroom, right? So it's just so ridiculous. It just makes that people that argue that, you know, Rudy, so to speak, abuse her or whatever, right? It's just crazy because that just means that she has no agency. If you do that, you are saying that a female character can't have her own will, right? She wanted to have him more than he wanted to have her own, arguably, right? She was the one that was more pushy, right? So again, if you say that, oh no, he still was wrong or something, that just means that you think that a female character, right, or even arguably a female in reality, can't have any agency. They can't have their own willpower. They can't have their own interest, right? If anything, it's just kind of like infantilizing, right? You're just acting like a female person can't have their own willpower. It's just silly. That's why I think it's so ridiculous. People complain about Rudy and Eris, right? Because it's just like, oh, okay, so you don't think that a woman can have their own interests or hobbies or whatever, right? This is kind of how I see it. But anyway, guys, that's the review again, right? Really nothing wrong. And check out my videos. I'll leave a link below for those videos, of course, talking about the X scene and so on, and my favorite sarcasm scene of that. That was a great episode, really. Oh man, who doesn't love little Eris running around, killing everyone, goblin slaying, killing priests or something? Something like that. Something like that. Yeah, they were like priest assassins. Really so. But anyway, guys, I'll take a short break and then I'll see you guys on Twitch, right? For, of course, some gender bender fun stuff, you know. I really love the anime. I freaking love the anime. Get your card! I think it's awesome. Generally speaking, in my opinion, the best comedy so far is fantasy gender bender. It's just really funny with her like, get your card! But anyway, again, it's on Twitch, right? Because I'm gonna take the chance. We already seen two older YouTubers having the videos and so on. So yeah, I love the anime, but that's one of those. So on Twitch, I do, you know, riskier animes, right? That people have issues with on YouTube, right? So I'll see you guys in a few minutes on Twitch, and also watching Kenya, the grandkid, Grand Band 2, right?